the next dish I'm going to be cooking is using San Remo fresh lasagna sheets. So normally you'd be making lasagna, but I'm going to change it up and show you a great way of using these fresh lasagna sheets. So a little tip, grab your San Remo fresh lasagna sheets, wrap them in Glad wrap, and just zap them in the microwave for 1 minute. And what that does, just helps the pasta take the chill, obviously you've got the sheets in the fridge, and just makes them that little bit easier to work with. Unwrap them, and be gentle with the fresh sheets. Nice and wrapped tight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them, not pappardelle thick. So pappardelle, when I talk about pappardelle, it's probably about 1 centimetre thick ribbons. I'm going to cut them 2 centimetres thick. And we're going to turn this into a fantastic wild mushroom, pancetta and chestnut pasta forno. So grab your sheets. So we're looking at there, if I cut that, is a pappardelle, maybe a little bit thinner, but I want to come about there. Nice thick ribbons. And if you really wanted to, and get the real rustic way, like my nonna would have done it, she wouldn't have had the knife, she would just tear them and get those sheets like so. It's a real rustic dish. Gonna finish it in the oven. Beautiful chestnuts, the wild mushrooms, got all different exotics types, and it's beautiful for taste. And the ingredients are San Remo fresh lasagna sheets, shallots, pancetta, oyster mushrooms, field mushrooms, enoki mushrooms, chestnuts, black truffle paste, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, olive oil, butter, and white wine. So first, add just a dash of olive oil into the pan. Good knob of butter. Let's try not to brown that butter too much. Take it off the heat, just got to work with it. Add our pancetta in. So why we get the pancetta in with the shallots is basically, obviously, the pancetta is like a bacon, Italian bacon. So when you get all that lard, all that flavouring into the pan, and slowly cook that off and release all those beautiful flavours. And just watching that you don't brown off that pancetta too much. You don't want it to look brown and yucky. This sauce should be nice and creamy. It'll pick up a little bit of the brown, earthy colour, obviously from the chestnuts and all these fantastic exotic mushrooms. Let's get our lasagna sheets into there. So look, just big ribbons into the water. And remember, a good pinch of salt when you're cooking your pasta. Just going to give that a stir. Make sure those sheets don't stick together. Gently. Any fresh pasta needs love. Just needs a little bit of attention, just to gently work it through the water so it doesn't split, fall apart. Field mushrooms. Now at this point, I know that this needs another knob of butter because mushrooms love butter, and I love butter and mushrooms pancetta. Just keep working around the pan. Just always keep an eye on your pan. Don't let things burn and start colouring too much. Back to my lasagna sheets. Just a soft little gentle push. Now when I say pasta forno, basically it means pasta in the oven. So we're going to finish it. We're going to make the sauce, drop the pasta into the sauce, slice and coat it, and finish it in the oven with some parmesan so we get a nice crunchy top and some roasted chestnuts. All right, little flick. I think we're looking at we need to deglaze the pan. So, good cup, that white wine. Beautiful beach Piano. Let that reduce down. Reduce it by half. We're cooking out the alcohol, so we're not getting that taste through our beautiful sauce. Oh, fantastic. With the pancetta. All right. In with the cream. Now, I don't want too much. We can always add some more if it's not enough. We just want it to coat the pasta. Now, the colour of that sauce is going to change. And next, what I love to add is just the chestnuts. Now, I've just sliced these up. They're going to break down in the sauce. I want a bit of texture. I want that little bit of crunch. So, basically, whenever creating a dish, you think about the textures in your mouth. We've got the beautiful velvet fresh lasagna sheet, San Remo, coating with the mushrooms, the pancetta, and now the crunch of the chestnuts is just going to complement it so well. So my sauce is where I want it to be. It's reduced by half. I'm going to get in those lovely yellow oyster mushrooms. I'll just separate them. The gnocchi, and just tear them apart. Look at that. All these different textures just work so well with the fresh lasagna sheets. Now the next one is, look, don't go too much. Remember that this truffle is quite potent. I only really want a little bit, and we can always add some more. Just going to work it through the sauce. And already I can smell that truffle just take on to those mushrooms, and it's amazing. It's just so potent, but so special as well. And those beautiful earthy characteristics, it's just there in what I'm wanting. So let's strain our pasta, remembering al dente. So that meaning firm to the bite. Just be patient, drain off all that excess water. Turn off the heat at this point. You don't want that sauce to reduce out too much more. And little trick my nonna used to always say to me is keep some of that little bit of the pasta water. Has all those beautiful flavourings in there from the pasta. And if you have to, see your sauce is just getting a little bit too far, just a touch. Give a little fling together. All right, let that sit for a minute. I'm just going to add a little bit of parmesan. Bind it together. Okay, just add a little parsley into the pasta, like so. Now just work it softly with your tongs. Pick up the sheets into your serving dish. Now if you wanted to, you could put this into a big baking dish and, you know, obviously cook it out. And then you can take it to your dinner table and just plate it up from there. But I want to do individual little portions. I want to get all those mushrooms and the truffle and the beautiful fresh lasagna sheets. Now, to get it nice and golden, just a little bit of more parmesan over the top. Look at that. Then into the oven. Just keep an eye on it. You're looking about 5 to 10 minutes. You want to see that golden brown, crunchy top from the parmesan on the pasta, and the mushrooms just start to take on a bit more colour.